Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am doing a foundation comparison because I love foundation. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like categories of makeup to talk about and try out. So I'm comparing two very, very well-loved foundations. They are the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass and the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation from Pat McGrath. I'm sure if you've been with me for a little bit, you know these two are huge loves of mine, so I thought it would be fun to compare them and see which one I think is more worth the high price tag. So that's what today is gonna be, but before we get into it, as usual, like I always say, please, please, please give this a big thumbs up for me and subscribe to my channel. Just really, really helps me out. It means the world. So thank you so much. But if you wanna see me compare these two, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay guys, like I said, these two are, I would say, higher end foundations. I would consider both of them because they are not cheap either way you go. So if these were two foundations that you were kind of wondering which one is more worth your money, that's what we're here to talk about today. I'm gonna try one on one side, one on the other side so that we could see what's good about one, what's good about the other, what's not good, and see which one is more worth the very high price tag that they have. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video if you want to know which one I think is more worth your money. So I have them pulled up on the website. I'm just going to give you the details on them and then we're going to try them out. The first one that I have pulled up is Hourglass. So again, it's the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Goes for $58. I know it is pricey, and I have mine in shade 8. So this is light medium with neutral undertones. It says vegan, liquid formula, medium coverage, natural finish, long wearing, cruelty free, a weightless liquid foundation that delivers buildable medium coverage with a light diffusing effect for up to 16 hours. Medium coverage, natural finish, liquid formulation. Inspired by the iconic ambient lighting collection, this foundation is infused with blurring spheres to minimize the look of imperfections for skin that looks smooth, even, and glowing. The transfer-resistant formula is also resistant to humidity, can't read today, and sweat for flawless-looking coverage that stays in place. And then Pat McGrath, again, it is the Sublime Perfection Foundation. This one goes for $68. So this one's even more pricey than the Hourglass. So I have this one in shade 14. It's also a light medium. It says it's light medium with neutral to olive undertones. So I haven't like swatched them next to each other, but I'm just gonna assume that they're gonna be very similar in color. It just sounds like it. And then it says vegan, liquid formula, medium coverage, natural finish, hydrating, black owned at Sephora. So just in like their highlights, they sound similar. Like they're both gonna be a medium coverage, both liquid formula, both natural finish. So it says a long wearing customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal hues that manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. Again, medium coverage, natural finish, liquid foundation. A Vita Serum Complex moisturizes and helps fight the appearance of wrinkles, while Diamond Core Powder technology enhances skin's texture and helps smooth and blur the appearance of fine lines, pores, and imperfections. The silky weightless formulation imparts a filtered, soft focus luminosity. I feel like they have a similar thing going, which is why I chose these two to compare to each other, because I genuinely feel like they do similar things and they offer similar things. So I wanted to see which one is more worth the price for. So both supposed to be medium coverage. I know Pat McGrath says like sheer to medium, but I can definitely tell you it's more on the medium side than sheer for sure. Like it covers up what you need it to, and both of them are just amazing. Like I feel like I use both of these like crazy. I will say, because the Hourglass one is newer to me, I've been grabbing for it a lot more, but I'm very curious to see what both of them do. So we're just gonna start applying. I'm gonna do Hourglass on this side. I'll do Pat McGrath on this side. I'm gonna put them on for you guys on camera, and then we'll talk right after they're applied, and then I'm gonna put some more makeup on top, and then we'll talk how they work with other products on top, and I'll let you know what's worth your money. So make sure to stick around to the end, but let's just get started on applying these. I'm using a brush, so we can start and then we'll talk details. Okay, wow, I am seeing differences right off the bat, you guys. I was not expecting them to look this different. Maybe not to you because on camera I feel like it's a little bit more subtle, but to me, like, as soon as I finished applying the second one, I was like, what? So, first thing I noticed, there is definitely a difference in like the undertone of the colors. I feel like they're very, very similar in color, but the Hourglass one is definitely more of like a natural kind of undertone, or a neutral kind of undertone. Weirdly enough, I feel like the Pat McGrath side is a little bit on like the warmer side, almost leaning towards like looking orangey compared, sorry, I have a hair on my face, almost orangey compared to the Hourglass side. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but this side just looks a lot more like neutral, you know? This side looks more like warm and almost has like an orangey kind of hint to it, which I was not expecting because I never thought that about the Pat McGrath one on its own or compared to other foundations, I don't think. So just seeing it next to this, it's a little bit weird. Not saying that this looks bad though, like I don't think it's making me look orange. I just feel like comparing it to this, I'm like, oh, that is actually kind of different. And then the other thing that I noticed, let me move this so I can look in my mirror. So the other thing that I noticed pretty much right away, as soon as I put both on, my pores on this side are way more like filled in looking than on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that. I didn't put a pore filling primer on because I wanted to see, as usual, like what both of them do without that, and wow, like the Hourglass side makes my pores look way more, like I don't think it's like filling them in or making it look like flawless, but they're way more filled in on this side than on this side. So I definitely think this side looks more like flawless and smooth than this one does, which is again so crazy to me. And then I do also feel like the coverage of the Hourglass one is a little bit better than the Pat McGrath one. Like I feel like I had like some blemishes on both sides, and this one definitely covered up a little better than this one. So those are just some things to note. Both still look really, really amazing though, so it's like so hard to decide. But as for right now, like I would say neither of them are clinging on to any like dry patches or doing anything crazy for my face. Like both look really good. Neither one is like settling into any fine lines or wrinkles more than the other. So as of right now, like just from what I have just told you guys, I'm kind of leaning more on this side, like the Hourglass side. But I do want to see how both of them work with other makeup products before I make a decision. Maybe that'll change the game, maybe not. So I'm gonna go put the rest of my makeup on really quick, and then I will come back, we'll talk details, and I'll let you know who my winner is. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I just finished putting the rest of my makeup on, and I'm honestly so torn now because these look so similar once I put the rest of my makeup on. So I'm still standing by the fact that I think this side had better coverage. Like I had especially one blemish like right here that I tried to cover up with like a little bit more concealer just because it's bugging me, and it's still not covering up all the way. So I'm gonna say Hourglass is definitely better coverage wise, but when I put the rest of my makeup on, I honestly feel like the Pat McGrath side looks smoother. So I feel like everything looks just more like blended together and just like fits better on this side. This side still looks amazing, but just comparing the two, I feel like this side looks more like everything's melted together than this one. And the Pat McGrath side, like I don't know if you guys could see, but on this side, my fine lines look way better than on this side. Like it just settled into my fine lines here more than on the Pat McGrath side. And once I put the rest of my makeup on, I feel like my pores look exactly the same on both sides. Like it's not one more than the other. And I feel like they look like the same foundation. Like this one doesn't look more like dark or orangey now that the rest of my makeup is on. I feel like they look the same now. So I am torn. Like I do really like how the makeup, like the full makeup look, looks more on this side. Like I feel like everything worked a little bit nicer, but I like the coverage on this side. I liked what this did for my pores initially, but then this side, like it's not settling into my like fine lines as much, or like this fine line, I guess. I don't know, I'm really torn. I guess it depends on what you're looking for, but if you want like a seamless look overall, like the way that like all of your makeup looks together, I'm gonna have to say Pat McGrath. And I'm honestly a little bit shocked because I thought at the end of the day I was gonna choose Hourglass because I've been like grabbing for it so much lately. But I think I'm gonna have to say Pat McGrath because I just really like how everything looks all together. Like it looks so smooth and perfect. It's just like unbeatable. I feel like if you're gonna do very minimal makeup, like hardly any concealer, hardly any other thing on top, I would go with Hourglass because like I feel like without like a full face of makeup, it looked really perfect, and the pores looked a little bit better and it covers more. So I feel like on that aspect I would choose Hourglass, but just like for the whole package I would go with Pat McGrath. Like my face on this side I feel like just looks more put together, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna say Pat McGrath is the winner. They're both worth the price tag though. Like I do have to put that out there because both of these are pricey, but both of them are so worth the price tag. So if you want to pay the $10 less and get Hourglass, you're not going to regret it. Like the differences that I'm pointing out are only noticeable because they're right next to each other. But before I compared the two, I feel like they were like equal to me. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like either way you go, you can't go wrong. If you want to do Hourglass, you're going to absolutely love it. And I'm still gonna grab for it probably like a million more times and get another bottle because I'm obsessed. But I do have to say, just like comparing them together, at the end of all of this, which I'm so shocked about, I'm choosing the Pat McGrath side because it just looks so melted together. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I did. I love comparing foundations. It's my favorite kind of videos to make. So comment, give me your thoughts, what you liked better, what you didn't like about both. Let me know what else you guys want to see because I need ideas. It's like the holiday time and I want to know what you guys want to see from me. So just comment and let me know. Give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel, but stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next video.